Hey guys, today I'm going to talk to you about my personal fitness transformation, and it has been, quite the journey, but basically, my life started out, I wasn't like heavily involved in fitness or anything. I didn't really do that much sports as a kid, but when I was about 5, my parents put me in gymnastics, and I was actually pretty good at it. I kind of was starting to get the hang of things, cartwheels. I started to do cartwheels on the beam with no hands, and started using the bar and stuff like that. But anyways, at some point my parents decided it was too expensive to keep me and my sisters in the sport, so they took us out. And just as a family, we kind of got more into doing things around the house, and really got into cooking. We used to make a lot of pastries and breads, and we'd have a big pizza night and watch movies and eat big bags of chips and just relax. And anyways, this kind of a lifestyle really started to affect us as a family, and all of us started to kind of gain a little bit of weight. So anyways, a few years later, we had a family reunion, and one of my cousins, actually like a couple years after the reunion, mentioned to me that she didn't know what our last name was, so they would just refer to us as the Fat Family at the reunion. Like, they didn't tell us this to our face or anything, but I was just so shocked, like when I found out that we, out of all of the other families, there was like I think 7 families there, but that we were labeled the Fat Family. And that really hurt my feelings. I was like 13 years old, and I just couldn't believe that. Well, for one thing, that they were calling us that, because they didn't really see us that way. And yeah, it just really hurt my feelings, because I don't know, it just was like really rude, and I just it just was like, yeah, it was just like such a rude word, like it's like almost such a put down, and it almost is like a reflection of who you are as like a person, like almost like you're a dummy, or I don't know what. Like it was just really hurtful. And so it just really bothered me. I didn't want it to be like my fate that I was going to be fat as an adult, or that my family was. So I started doing a lot of research about fitness. At this point, I was still like pretty young, but at the time it was before the internet, so I used to read a lot of fitness magazines, and I was really educating myself through magazines, like through workouts and at-home workouts and nutrition. And I was really inspired by the fitness models. Like, they were just so beautiful and fit, and so I wanted to like learn everything that I could about all of that stuff. So over the years, I became kind of intrigued by the concept of fitness competitions, and I guess I learned about those through the magazines. And yeah, so I've had many coaches. I've done like 7 shows, and through the years I've learned so many different things. But basically, through the magazines, there's a lot of different advertisements for supplements, like protein shakes, protein bars, and artificially sweetened foods. And there's a lot of that stuff in the grocery stores too, right? So you never know. A lot of people say chew gum for to take away cravings. Sorry, somebody's messaging me. Anyways, and I did all that, I thought, oh, well, I want to use everything that I need to use in order to be in great shape. But see, these things were so artificial that they actually, over time, like, this took kind of a toll on my body, but it made me really unwell, and I just didn't feel good. Like, I didn't even know what the cause was until I removed some of the ingredients out of my diet. But I even started to write the Bikini Mall cookbook originally, like years and years ago, creating recipes using artificially sweetened foods and artificial sweeteners. And anyways, I had to do a whole overhaul of the cookbook because I was a guinea pig for the recipes, and that's something I'd not ever want to really share. But yeah, it was really a hard time for me, and I actually had to take a couple of years off even writing the book or having it go out, because I became really sick from the food, and then I really needed to do a lot of more research about what foods were healthy and what foods were not. So yeah, so I continued to learn, and by trial and error, and also just by testing the foods out on myself and hundreds of clients. But the whole food nutrition really worked for me, and I started to eat just whole foods. I got rid of all of artificially sweetened foods out of my house and my life. And I really made a lot of change for me. It made me feel like a lot less puffy. My body became a lot leaner looking. My mind was super clear and my happiness level went up. I was able to sleep better. My skin looked better. I looked younger. And there's just so many things that happened around this massive change for me, this getting rid of diet food, supplements, and all of that fake food, basically. So, yeah, if you know anybody that could benefit from this information, from the story, or if you know anybody that uses artificially sweetened foods a lot or diet supplements, and you think that this story really resonated with you, I'd love for you to share it with them. You can comment their name below, or if you have any questions about anything that I just said here today, I would love to hear from you, and always love your support. Be healthy, my friends. Chat with you soon.